Hey guys, so today I am coloring in another drawing that's based off of a monster from Monster Hunter, the video game. I personally don't play the game myself, however, my friends are really invested in it, like they spend their time playing it, so that's why I decided to do this. This is like one of those shapeshifter creatures that I make, where I make like a bunch of dragon shapeshifters, so dragons that turn into people. This time it's Monster Hunter creatures that can shapeshift into people, but in the game this is not canon. This is just based on like my art style and stuff like that. So this is Mizutsune. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that properly just because I haven't heard anyone say her name its name, but it's basically this very big dragon. It has like these frills on its head that look like a flower, and then she actually has like it actually has like bubbles. It breathes out bubbles. I think it's like deadly bubbles. I don't know if they're poisonous or anything really, because I saw a clip and literally it just blows out bubbles. And then these cat creatures that are, I know they follow like, I think they follow you in the game, because I know my friend has one that follows him in the game. Basically they were like sliding all about, so it's just this big dragon that like blows bubbles instead of fire or water. So yeah. um so for her skin I kept it very white. The creature could be male or female, but for me I drew this as a female just because last time I drew another dragon, I drew another creature from Monster Hunter. I drew it as a guy, so that's why I say him. But yeah, sorry I keep stumbling over my words. So this is me trying to color in her frills. The skin color of the scales of the dragon are kind of like purple, white, and like there's pink and yellow on the frills. So yeah, I know my markers are a bit darker than what it actually looks like if you look at the game or like search up photos of it on Google. But for her, I just kept it like this because I don't really have super light pastel-y colors. If I did have pastel colors, I would have probably used those because the colors on the dragon kind of look more muted when it comes to like the yellow and the pink. And I also drew like the antenna things that are on top of its forehead. So yeah, and the bottom, you don't see it yet, but I actually did those antenna sprick things on the bottom of her head as well. For her hair, I used this like tan skin tone because I wanted it to be kind of like beigeish to peach color. Um, Overall, like the creature itself doesn't have this, but for hair, I wanted it to be like super pretty. So yeah, she has like these straight bangs, and then I gave her a ponytail in the back, but for her ponytail, I colored it in a different color. So yeah, and for her hair, I tried to do like some gradient towards like this golden yellow color that I had. And then this is me coloring in with like a darker, it's kind of like a light brown, so that way I get all of the shading to stick out more, like stand out more. Um, they also used it for her eyebrows. So for her hair in the back, I made it a white color just to match her skin overall, and I'm just shading in it some gray so that way it looks like it's behind her head and like all like the frills she has. And then for her shirt, I decided to go with like this deep V-neck type of shirt, and it has like one shoulder showing, and that's basically what I went for. And I made it like this coral red color. I think it looks good with like the fact that this kind of creature kind of looks like a flower, so I wanted like a bright color. Um, Yeah, and her pose overall, which I didn't talk about at all, her pose is basically her kind of blowing a kiss, but they blow bubbles. So for her, I wanted to like have it that she's blowing bubbles towards you, which is super cute. I usually don't draw any creatures like blowing bubbles, so this is like one of the few times that I'm doing it. And now I am shading in her shirt. I didn't go for like any dark reds, which I originally was gonna go for, but I decided not to. Their bellies are like purplish. It goes from white from the head to the neck, and there's like purple. So actually for like her chest area where like on say the cleavage is, I put like purple there, and also like parts of her arm. I'm gonna say I didn't accurately color her tail though. When I was looking at the reference, I kind of forgot how I actually drew it, so I'm gonna say the tail didn't turn out that nice compared to like the actual reference of the actual monster, just because I drew it really fast when I was sketching it out, and I thought, oh, this looks good, and then I just completely forgot how I did it. So this is me just roughly coloring. It's not super accurate, I have to admit, but it's okay. Um, yeah. And then I am coloring in. They have these big spikes in the back, so I added that for her as well. So yeah. So if you guys want to see the other monster that I drew, I forgot the name. I think it's Nargacuga, but if you want to see that one, it will be in my drawings playlist as well. That one will be uploaded first. And yeah, if don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more. I'm not sure if I will be drawing more of the monsters just because it was very, very difficult. I decided not to add like the scales just because there's so much going on with like the creatures themselves, and that would be taking way too much time. So I decided to do like a simplified version for when it came to like the skin. For the bubbles, I just did like outlines because when I looked at the pictures of the bubbles, like the references that had them with bubbles, the bubbles were like clear, but there was like a purple or and bluish ring around them. So I just ended up doing like a blue ring around them just because I use so much purple for the dragon itself anyways. Yeah, that's basically it. And if you guys want to see the process work, like I took pictures of it within everything, that will be posted on my description box below. All my social medias there. If you like and follow those, you'll get to see like this sketch in like a nicer picture that I take of it. Overall, I like how it turned out. There was a lot of white for this drawing, which is kind of rare to be honest when it comes to like the skin of creatures that I draw, because normally I like to draw dragons that have like a lot of color to them, but this was a nice change. There was a lot of shading, and I kind of got confused with how to color in. The challenge was that I didn't have the proper pastel colors, so I was just trying my best to color everything in with the colors that I had. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. Um, and also her nails are like the claws, so that's why they're super long and they're grayish color. Yeah, it was kind of hard in the reference to see what color they were, but that's what I put it as. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye!